Hello and welcome to your program. This is SOUQ Pulse, where we talk. And we'll tell you this, it doesn't matter the divide you're on, it doesn't matter the business you do, it doesn't matter your nation, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. No, that matters to you. But here we talk, and we tell you the same thing. Don't keep quiet. For when we talk, we seek solutions. We may not find it, but we keep talking, and businesses grow. Because when you can provide solutions, then you are paid for something. You come to the market not just to buy, but also to sell. So Africa rising. My name is Chuks, John Rogers Chuks, and welcome to SOUQ Pulse. Today we will dwell on something most times people don't talk about it, or they just let it fly over the heads of those that are concerned, but to the shame of all of us. Because if we don't understand it, they really are the majority. So we'll go there. We'll take a very short break. When we return, I will introduce my guest and what we are talking about today. So, hey, go get your neighbors, your friends. It's time for SOUQ Pulse, and we are about to talk. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back. You know already, this is SOUQ Pulse, where we talk. So today we are looking at young people. Yes, you heard me right. Young people in Africa. And we are asking these direct questions. What exactly are our priorities for them, their priorities, and the opportunities out there for them? Somebody will be opening the eyes or trying to screw up some knots in the brain and asking questions. Who exactly is young? Is it the guy that is the political leader that is above 60 heading to 70 and they say he's a youth leader of a political organization? Or is it the guy that is a community leader somewhere? Nah. For those that are not aware, 70% of Nigerians are under 30. Let that sink. So should we keep taking them for granted? So let's talk about what exactly are their priorities. What is ours? What is the nation priority for the youth? What are the opportunities out there for them? What opportunities are they looking forward to? What exactly is in the mind of the young people now? Now, I have several people that will be crossing this particular program for today, and we will talk. We just let them open up and let's feel their pulse. If you don't understand, if we say productivity, then these are the set of people we should hold down and move and grind the engine of productivity in Africa. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to start the talk for the first half, join me as I welcome on SOUQ Pulse for the first time, Godson. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Good.
It's a pleasure.
Good. I also have Ebuka. You are also welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chuks. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Now, for those wondering, they are core members and they just finished service. So I guess you'll be passing out on
Thursday.
Thursday, this Thursday. Oh, good. Now, let's start this way. How has your stay been, your last almost a year in service? That's the National Youth Service Corps. Good.
I would say it has been challenging. It's another step because we as youth, most of us left our parents' home just to like get new experience about like just.
When you were going to school, you left your parents' home too?
Yeah, we left our parents' home, but not the way we are like right now. We left on our own to fend. Some of us left to fend for ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just like picked things like little what's called attributes on how to live, how life really is, to have a taste or to have like a little pinch of how the real world is. Yeah, so that was just literally what we actually had to feel as youths, and yeah.
Okay. To you, Ebuka, the last 1 year, okay, almost a year.
Yeah,
I guess you must have been earning some
it's a
stipends,
year,
be
it's
it
a
from
year.
NYSC or from where you're doing your primary assignment.
Okay.
Do you see that like preparing you for a salary job, or see that as, okay, good, I might start something, or I might get more learning, or I might get more skill?
Yeah, definitely. I will even thank the person that initiated that NYSC because it's a very good opportunity for people to maybe leave their comfort zone and then try and be independent.
for a few people, for
For people that felt like they are old enough to fend for themselves, this is like a very big opportunity for you to know how it feels out there. Because when you are in the comfort of your home, you don't even know.
so
what
through
is
this period, you've not been getting support from.
happening.
You know what I'm talking about.
It will not be the same support you get as a student. Now you are no longer a student, you are a core member and you are working, you are receiving salary. So you don't expect them to fend for you the way they've been
Are
doing.
you receiving salary or stipend?
They call it salary, so
They call it salary. Okay, now let's get into this discussion. How integral do you see young people in development of a nation, of your city, of Lagos, of this town, of where you're working, of Africa? How do you see young people? Are they really part of the development process of Africa? You can now break it down to your own locality.
Okay, I would say young people are doing very well in tech and all that. They are majorly in tech and other innovative stuff, you understand? So I would say that youth have a lot to contribute to the society. But most times we are not given that leverage, that opportunity. People, they still look at us as if we are maybe...
Who is they? Who is us? Can we break that down? They look at, so who is the they and who is the us?
I mean, let me say the government. You understand?
The government.
Yes, I think they have not given us that opportunity, like to showcase everything that we have.
Which government exactly, Godson? From what he is saying, do you share the same views like him?
I would say let's say I partially agree with him because during the course of let's use youth service as a platform, because the platform whereby the government made, and we use that to, let's say, get little experiences about, like, okay, yes, about this particular job, and majorly our field of study, because most of us that are being posted to companies are being posted to, okay, yes, most definitely I studied mass communication, and I'm posted to a media firm whereby I get more knowledge about mass com. So
Did you study mass com because that is what you wanted to study?
Yes,
or that is what JAM or...
No. I studied mass com because I wanted to be a journalist, to communicate to others. Disseminating information is something that I know that, okay, yes, without, you need information to be like enlightened about something.
Now that you're working in a media firm,
yeah.
So how do you think or see your contribution to development?
I would say in terms of my contribution to the society, I would say to society at large, because what I majorly do at my primary place of assignment is broadcasting whatever goes on air and stuff like that. Gave me like an edge because I didn't come into that particular organization with that. So like it gave me an edge. Okay, yes, broadcast the information that we do, like the things we broadcast in that particular media house, to share the good news to people. Okay, yes, this is what we do. This is how we do things over here and stuff like that. So I would say, okay, yes, we've enlightened people like in a very, very good manner.
Do you see young people playing an integral part in moving Nigeria forward?
Obviously, yes. Because in terms...
Are they?
Yes, because like right now, I won't say yes, because most of the youths that we have now...
When you say most of the youth, like the next question I'll ask you, how many do you know? If we say Nigeria is 200 and something million, and we say 70% of 30, do you know what that looks like?
Yeah.
That's well over, like roughly 140 million.
Almost.
Now, if we say 140 million, let's now say less than 15 should be like 40%. So let's say give and take, that's about over 70 million people. So how many do you know? So you see where the generation issue comes in?
Yeah.
So that was...
Let's come to the issue of skill acquisition.
Okay.
Now, the issue of certification is good, but there is a lot of hitting heads going after certification. I am holding a BSc. I am holding a HND. I have an NCE. I have a master's. Everybody has a paper qualification. What about skill? Are you still interested in skills? Skill acquisition. Godson.
Yeah, Ebuka, sorry.
Ebuka, thank you very much.
Yeah, there are so many online courses you can do now. Not basically the artisan or the one you do physically to acquire skill. Well, that one is still okay. You understand? If someone that you are internet inclined, there is so many courses you can take online to equip yourself.
Are you taking those advantage?
Yes, we're taking those advantage.
I'm not talking about you. Do you see people of your generation taking that advantage?
So that was why I was saying that we are not giving that opportunity, because I was trying to
Opportunity to take the advantage?
Yeah, I was trying to explain something, because one election period is always the youth. You will not see youth running for the election, but they are the ones conducting. They are not giving that that opportunity to even like run. You understand? But you see them use them for other things. You know what I mean?
Auxiliary staff.
Yes, stuff like that. So they are not giving.
But they also want to go make money as part-time staff. Okay, we'll go on a very short break because Ebuka needs to really get his thoughts together and dap his face. It looks like he's on the hot seat. But these are young men that have spent some good time and have acquired some good knowledge and want to get that off them and see how we can translate this to the larger society. Don't go anywhere. We'll go on a very short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. This is your program. This is SOUQ Pulse, and we are looking at the younger generation, youth to be precise, and we are asking ourselves, hey, what are the priorities? Are they getting it right? What are the opportunities open to them? And we talk. I have Godson and I have Ebuka, and they are here with me, and we are talking. Before we left, we're looking at skills acquisition. For most people, that's, I won't call it craze, but that is more what it is. That craze for bearing a certificate is just out there, and you're bearing a certificate and you don't have some good skills to back it up. And that's an issue. We need to really look at that. Whether it's artisanal skills, whether it's the ones you acquire via the net, skills. Once you have it, you have it. I don't know if you understand. It's just like a plumber. Is a well-paid job. You're smiling, right? Coding, also a well-paid job. People look down on anybody that steps out and you have a uniform and the uniform gets dirty. But you'll be sure that they make way more money than a bank manager. Those that repair your cars. That's a job most people don't really understand. The farmer. So do you see your generation getting into these spaces? Let me start with you. Is that a smile or a mug?
Okay, I would say with the level of understanding that I have of like the Gen Z, let me put that in brackets. I doubt if we would want to like get as dirty. No one, even to be a teacher.
Why? Because it has not been glamorized around here.
Not even glamorized. If nobody wants to like, in our generation, nobody wants to suffer. Everybody wants quick money.
Quick
money.
Now hold on to your thoughts. Do you share that thoughts with him?
Yes.
Okay. You share the same thought?
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on to that thought. Now for those out there, quick money, is that the driver really? Now let's look at this. Is the weight of responsibility, societal weight of responsibility heavy on your generation?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this period people make comparisons. They see your counterparts.
Comparison has always been there, right?
Yeah,
from the days
that's
of
what I'm saying.
Adam.
But it's prevalent now because people are on internet. They see what other people are doing.
Good.
You understand?
Who is putting who on pressure?
I think the internet.
Okay.
Internet is just shaping people's mind these days. People don't even think on their own, except they see something. You can bear witness. Most people follow what they see. So when we are talking about quick money, most people see people clean that they are riding cars. They don't even know what they are doing behind, but they will not show what they are doing. So that's the internet shaping the policies of our young generations now.
So that's where the major side of the pressure is coming from.
Yes.
From what they see on social media.
Yes. They think
But on the other side of it, the social media is majorly a tool for finance, a tool to push business, a tool to create content and harvest profit. And younger people are also playing in that particular field a whole lot. Why don't that pressure turn to business?
But some of those contents that are being posted online, like he said, they influence the mind of people. Like, now I don't want to use most definitely per se. You see someone driving let's call it a Chevrolet, because most of people like the Gen Zs are most moved, like we are moved by things we see, like he said.
Fancy stuff.
Fancy things, cars, houses, money, everybody's splashing money everywhere. Everybody wants to, okay, yes, I want to be like, really, I want to be like this particular person. The way he spends.
Is it a
money.
moral issue or an upbringing issue?
I would say would I say it's a moral issue because it depends on you. You can't tell me that, okay, yes, you're coming from a religious home and you tell me that, okay, yes, my parents brought me up in a Christian way, not to look at people, not to be so covetous about the things of the world and all. And I see something online and I like what this person is actually like doing. And I say, okay, yes, I want to do this thing. And like, okay, I'll think about what majorly most of us don't think about that anymore. Our parental stuff is just like, most of us just take it and just throw it out of the window. Most of us.
Now, I'm going back to that generalization again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know up to 70 million people?
I don't know up to.
Do you know up to 100 million people?
I don't know up to 100.
Do you know up to 50,000 people?
No, I don't.
So most of us will not suffice.
Let me speak of Nigerian youths. Honestly, I won't lie. Nigerian youths on their own would want anything flashy, anything that makes, okay, see.
Every human being likes good things in life.
Sure.
Good. So there's nothing wrong in liking good things in life. It's how you acquire it that is the issue.
It's going extra mile.
Good. And are you ready to work for it? Which brings us to the next question. Is your generation ready to work for the things they want, Godson?
No.
Ebuka.
With the level of effort they are putting and what they want, they don't even tolerate.
Okay, which is more? The effort is more or the desire is more?
The desire is more. You have.
Okay, now has it gone beyond desire to lust? Where should we put it?
You can say something like that. Because when your desire is too big and you are not even seeing, you are not working, someone is not working, but he's telling you that he's going to ride a Rolls Royce. I've seen people like that. You are not doing anything, you've not even gotten admission. You say, this Rolls Royce, I'm going to drive it. How are you going to do it?
Okay. Could the person be talking out of faith or is just someone lost in dreams?
It's not out of faith. It's someone lost in dreams, like you said, because you can't just wake up like, oh, like they say, there's an adage in my village, it's the hands that touch dirt that gets, let's call it oily. Oily. Let me speak it in my language. So if you put your hands in something, like my father said, there is no how you would, you sit down in one place and manna will fall down from heaven. It was in the Bible that thing happened, and it has never happened since then.
It happened for a reason.
It happened for a reason because at that moment, there was like no food in the land and stuff like that. So God had to like send them.
There was food. They were on transition. They were on the move.
They were on the move.
So they couldn't stop to farm.
Yes, but like even if you stay in one place, it's not something that, okay, yes, that a miracle can happen.
Okay. While people keep praying for the miracles, now let's ask this question before I let you and bring in the next set of guests. What's the connection between your younger generation and the older two generations before yours? Apart from family, apart from parents, child relationship, what's the work relationship? What's the development relationship? What's that connection you see from your end between your generation and those ahead of you?
Should I come in?
Yes. Feel very free to come in.
Okay, I don't think there is cordial relationship between this younger generation and the older ones because we tend to disagree with most principles. You understand?
Because you are disobedient?
No, not about disobedience. Their own time and our time is not the same. Even from dressing, from the slangs we use now, for many things, they disagree with many things. But they just
Who's disagreeing? The older generation disagreeing?
Yes. They say, do it like this, do it like this. Sometimes maybe, like let's say in the place of work, let me use the place of work. Some older person might want you to write. Say, you write this thing, write news, write. But you say, I want to type it. You say, no, you're a journalist, you need to write things down.
You have to write things down.
Yes, you have to write things, but you can also type. You can also record.
So you can type, you can record.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an example. Good. What other form of disagreement do you see or conflict do you see between your younger generation and those way ahead of you?
The thing is this. There is a lot.
Even in the money aspect.
In terms of making money, I won't say that there are more similarities because like, let me put it that, okay, people that are ahead of us are, sorry to use the word, they're archaic or something. They feel that everything should be done by you sweating.
Okay, hold on. I think this should be like the information age, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Your generation did not bring about the information age.
And we didn't bring that. That's the beginning to everything now.
But we advanced it. We advanced
Your generation did not advance the information age. Your generation is benefiting from the hard work and sweat of those that invented and advanced the information
That's
age.
why they should leave us to enjoy
Okay,
it.
Mark Zuckerberg, can you consider him as older generation also? Mark Zuckerberg.
He's in his 30s, heading to 40.
But is he an older generation?
Well, he's still your generation.
So
But
you
there's
see,
those before him, mind you. There is the Apples, there is the Microsoft that give us the hardwares.
Yeah.
Before them, there is those that give us the hard coding for those particular hardwares. But it's a continuous transition.
Process, yeah.
One to the next generation, one to the next generation, and everybody has to work in sync. Now we're looking at Africa and looking at productivity. And I want to say thank you very much for coming on SOUQ Pulse. It's been fun having you guys.
Thank you so much.
thank you very much for having us.
I want to look at this time by this time in the next year, and I say, okay, good. I think I crossed these guys. I want to see them doing something great. So we are going to have another set of very good, beautiful, handsome young people on SOUQ Pulse. But before we get there, I want to say thank you very much for everybody that's watching. Hey, let's continue this conversation. Don't go anywhere. We're going to a very short break. Godson and Ebuka will beat us by, and we will have Michael and Joy join us. And we'll keep talking. What are the opportunities out there, and where are we heading with our youth? SOUQ Pulse will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is your show, this is your program, and this is SOUQ Pulse on a beautiful, beautiful start of the week. And there's no better way to get this going but having young people and we talk. Most people will be wondering why? 70% of the population is no joke. And if we can harness this set and get the best out of them, then I promise you the world have not seen Nigeria move. To continue this particular discussion on young people and the opportunities and their priorities, Your Excellencies, join me as I welcome to SOUQ Pulse, also for the very first time, Michael and Joy. Welcome to SOUQ Pulse.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chuks, for having us.
Are you blushing?
I'm smiling.
You're smiling. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Now, we had Ebuka and Godson earlier on before you came up. And before we started, I really had to just get this out there. How was your service here? Joy, how was your service here? Okay, how has your service here been? It's drawing to a close, I think.
Yes.
Good. So how was it?
It has been good so far. It has not really been easy at all. Like, NYS is not for the weak.
NYS is not, that's the National Youth Service.
It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
Yes.
Okay, but the last I checked is for everybody that graduates.
Yes.
You need 1 year before you can go to work and serve somewhere.
Yes.
So how is it not for the weak?
It's stressful.
It's stressful.
Yes.
Okay. Michael, do you share that idea that it's stressful?
Very much.
Very much.
I think she's not emphasizing on the stress as
Okay.
she has to. It's
Okay.
very, 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 very stressful.
As you mentioned it like 4 times. So
Double
what's-
it.
Okay, now for your own side, now let's personalize this.
Okay.
What was the stress involved?
A whole lot of things comes with NYSC.
Okay. No, let's talk about your NYC because some other people's NYC is not stressful.
It is me speaking.
Yes.
A whole lot of things comes with NYSC. You see, when you go, there's this euphoria of joy of getting into camp, meeting people with the mindset you're going to have a broader connection as time goes on. And then when you're done with this,
After
then
the
you get
first, after the
the
first,
first
2
3
weeks,
weeks in camp.
they scatter everybody.
Yes,
Then
and then you get
then
to your
the first
PTA, you get your
reality
posting.
hits you.
That's when the problem comes. Imagine somebody living a very soft life in Lagos, being posted somewhere in Kano or Mina, or in Borno, for an instance, I'm not saying,
What
to a
is it?
way
What
more
is
remote
it called?
area,
Is it called?
where you have to like enter a boat without a life jacket, not even a speedboat.
You didn't do that.
How sure are you?
Okay, you redeployed.
How sure are you?
Okay.
I was dislodged from Lagos. I camped in Oyo State. I can tell you how terrible it is for me to get to Oyo. First, I was promised it's a 3 hours trip. I left Lagos by 3. I got to camp by 11 p.m.
It's an experience. And now you can recount it.
Not one anybody wants to get his or herself involved in, but then it's part of the experience.
Good.
Because there are so many more of them.
Okay. Yours, was it as bad as he had it?
Mine was okay, but I can only thank God because I got posted to Sokoto.
Come again.
Sokoto. I've never gone there before.
They didn't see the color of your skin
They
before.
did not see. They didn't see it.
Okay.
I can't even imagine it, but I just had to read it.
But it's all good. It's all good. There are people. We try to serve communities. We try to give a bit of what we have to benefit and learn from wherever we get to be posted. But it's an experience that you can write about it. You can talk about it. You can educate somebody about it. So it's good you went, you saw, and you're still conquering. Now let's come back to what we're talking about. Young people and the opportunities out there. Young people and their priorities. Before Godson and Ebuka left, I was asking this particular question. What's the connection between your generation, your younger people, and let's say 2-3 generations ahead of you when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to work, when it comes to business, when it comes to idea sharing, when it comes to being able to open up and talk?
Well, not to cut it short, but I think we are no longer the younger generation.
Okay?
Except you're trying to pick a
I'm
comparison
talking
right
about
now.
your generation right now.
We are no longer a younger generation.
Okay?
We've been exposed to the worst of it all, societal-wise and everything. So I don't think we are a younger generation now. We are a surviving generation. It is no way ideal to call us a younger generation.
Okay.
We are the surviving generation now.
Hold your thought. Are you looking at, okay, now I'm looking at young people by age. I'm not looking at it by experience. Now, experience is two different things. You can have someone who's 12 and he's 30-something at heart.
So young persons by
can have-
age.
I'm
What's the
looking at-
age?
I'm looking
What's
at
the
by
age?
age.
What's the age bracket you're looking at?
Let's don't go there. I'm looking at age by service right now.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand. It's age by service. So
than
whatever
30
bracket
years.
that service brings you into. So now, for those now, there's always been this issue of open talk, in quote, asterisks, opportunities. They don't let us. The us is still not defined. The they is still not defined. There's still that untold KG kind of conversation where some generations see the younger one as, wait, it's not your turn. I'm talking about an African thing.
Okay.
So is it something that you see, or is it something that you've observed, or is it something that you think we need to break that particular jinx?
It's everybody's experience. It's something I have seen. It is me growing up to become people's uncle, and then you begin to realize that what you were looking up to your uncles to do for you, and they were unable to do it, then you are seen as a big deal. You are growing now into the same circumstance where you are limited by budget, and then you cannot actually provide
Can you
in any
call
way.
that budget finance? Limited by finance.
We can add finance to it. That's adding a sugar coat on top, making
Okay.
it sound sweeter. But then the reality is we don't get to meet up what we expect or what we want to as a generation. We live on the promises on no, this is regular press script like, okay, this is yours. Go through this process, come through this process. At this end, you're going to take over, stuff like that. But then when you get to this point, there is nothing there for you.
Okay, hold on to that particular thought. Now, even in this climb, but majorly outside Africa, we see young people doing extraordinary things. We see young people being able to vision an idea, birth that idea, and get support for that idea in extraordinary ways. Typical example, the Silicon Valley was completely run by very young people at that particular time, although not your generation. Do you see Africa being able to pull that stunt, aside what is happening in Rwanda and some other few African hubs, and a bit of Nigeria too?
For me, yes. But at times, let's say most people feel that, okay, the country is limiting them from doing what they want to do, maybe because of the economy or the hardship or something. But most of the time, you can't even compare the youths over there to the ones here.
Why?
I don't know, but for me, I feel that
Why can't you compare the youth over there to the ones here?
there is money there. It's
There
not
is
like
what?
I say there's no money in Nigeria, but there is money, but it's not just circulating everywhere.
Who told you that? There is money. So if once we get there now, we can just take a basket and go
No,
to
but
one.
you can't compare their economy system
ours.
to ours. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's say, for instance,
Are we looking at opportunities available or money? Because those are two different things. Are we looking at opportunities available there or the money available?
opportunities are available there,
Okay.
and money is available there. Opportunities are available here too.
Okay, then what exactly is holding young people?
They want more.
They want
More.
more. Good. So if young people want more, Michael,
Yeah.
you can't want without giving.
Okay.
It's either you are giving a skill, or you're giving a talent, or you're giving time in return.
Okay.
Which means you have to have something to exchange for what you want. So what do you think young people are lacking to be able to get what they want?
I believe you must have had your share of experience, the Nigerian factor. There is this limited policy that supports the younger generation. You get to see policies over time that promise greener pasture, but they're not implemented. That is why at the end of the day, we see some startup fintechs in Nigeria, when they grow to a certain scale, they sell off, start another business, venture into another business again.
Okay, they are selling off because of the age of those involved.
Not actually the age, because environment becomes way more,
They
not
grow
that
bigger than
conducive.
their environment.
Not really bigger.
Okay?
The policies no longer favor them. When you start up
If the
and then you,
policies
you
are not
you put in your
favoring
effort,
Okay?
you grow to an extent. That is when they begin to like, oh, you've not really given us this. You're supposed to start doing this and that for the government. You're supposed to do this and that. But then you are a startup. There is no particular policy that should give you a framework. Maybe let's say, as a startup, you're supposed to work for like 5-10 years without paying or getting a loan from a bank without paying interest. Then after 10 years, you can start doing this and that back. But then you get to see them give you tomorrow. Let's not even go to this government, the rice government. Let's not just go there. But
Okay.
that's
Before,
the
since you've
policy.
said let's not go there, let's hold on to. Now, very soon you will need to define that rights government.
Are we?
Let's get back this way. Do you think the youth are a priority in this current dispensation?
Of course they are.
Can you give us why, examples?
Okay, because for me, I feel that the youth are more knowledgeable.
Okay.
They have more experiences. I feel in some situations and in some aspects, they have more experiences, even more than, I don't know how to call you guys' age.
The older
Just
generation.
go ahead, hit
But then-
it,
Okay.
hit it
But
under,
older generation,
between, anywhere.
they are
We'll
more
take it
knowledge. Like my mom, for instance, maybe there are some things that she doesn't know in her phone.
on her phone.
Yeah, on her phone. Sorry for that. So she comes to me or comes to my younger sister. So I'm like, mommy, you don't know this one too.
On the phone.
So it's,
Business-wise. But then, when you begin to like see yourself trying to venture into the market space,
Okay.
they begin to ask you for 10 years experience. How is a fresh graduate supposed to get 10 years experience
Exactly.
in this particular field? I am just
now
because
for
of my
10 years
service.
experience, that is if you want to apply to work. Not if you are coming with your idea for development. Does it also affect that?
If you're coming with your idea, you must sell experience.
So if you're coming with your idea, you must sell experience.
Yes.
We've not been able to develop whereby we have a particular financial house sitting down somewhere and looking for.
Sell to me
ad-
your idea, and then
ideas
let's see
to-
what we
to
can
birth.
work around it.
Okay,
There's
so-
none of that.
So are you sure there's none of that?
Prove me.
Good. Now, Are there none of that? These are things we really need to now start talking about. But we know that several times we've had intervention funds, be it from the federal government through several banks. Now, how those banks work are things we will need to look up and ask ourselves direct questions. Are we really looking forward to empowering younger people to go out there and do exploits? That's a discussion for another day. Now, let's look at this particular issue. JAPA.
Japa.
99.9% of those living shores of Africa are young people. Do you have any issue with it?
Personally,
Yes.
why wouldn't I? We are year on year, we are seeing the inflation go as high as it is. Then we come back to the table every minute of the year, like every moment, discussing minimum wage. I'm sure you've heard both on paper and probably on the radios where they approved the 70K minimum wage. It didn't get to call members.
Okay.
Yet there was that romance on air that it has been approved and core members were getting the same allowance, and most of them lost, their source of, that extra patch, like Ojai 2K. They don't pay you 70K, they ask me for Ojai 2K.
Okay. So now you're talking some personal experience. Okay, good. Now let's look at the Japa issue, Joy. Now people look at it from different ways. Some young people leave Africa, go there and acquire better skills. Now, for some countries, the skill benefit them. For those that doesn't benefit, there's this remittance at the end of whenever the person starts working and starts making money. But now, the other thing we're looking at is brain drain. Now, from your take, where do you stand? For or against?
Are the people that are...
For Japa, against Japa?
I'm for Japa. Oh.
Are you looking forward to it?
Who will not run?
Run from what?
Hardship.
Okay. Now, this particular places, I am not an advocate of run, I'm not an advocate of not. But now the issue is this particular greener pasture where we are all trying to get to, somebody else watered those particular grounds, somebody else planted. And people stayed there and shed blood and tears to make it rosy. So at what point in time do you think we should also do the same thing for Africa? Is it a doable thing, Michael?
It's literally doable, but practically it seems more impossible. Because what you get here on Earth is a promise that's okay, we're going to give, an olive branch to younger people to come in and, be part of the government, be part of the system, this and that. And somebody's employing you or like giving you an appointment as a Minister of Information. He's putting somebody ahead of you who probably has no ICT knowledge. You're bringing ideas forward. And somebody is telling you, okay, wait, at the end of the day, we're going back to outsource. Consult this firm, this international firm, consult that international firm. Why wouldn't you move and work for those firms, which they will end up consulting to come and work for the country?
Do you share his opinion?
Exactly.
Exactly like with your big time rubber stamp.
Yes, but me, I feel that no matter where you go to, if you cannot be able to succeed in that small place you're in, even though you go to a big country where there is money flowing everywhere, you cannot still be able to succeed there.
That is if you're not traveling with a purpose.
Yeah. So there's still 80% of people in Nigeria that are still making it here.
80% of people still making it.
Yes.
Now let's go to the youth population. 70%. The workforce in Nigeria are young people. Are this set of young people really putting that statistics to use? If we want to change something and 70% of us occupy that particular space, why can't we change the narrative?
Are we looking at 70% in the civil service or
70% of
in
young
private
people,
That's what I'm saying.
whether they are in the civil service, whether they are in the military or in the paramilitary or the police,
If
or
they
where
are
they
in-
don't have
if-
a job,
If they're in the private sector, we can't be looking to them.
the entire workforce.
The entire workforce,
population
not
included.
every private sector belongs to the NLC. So you cannot use the same category or the same, the yardstick to measure who is a civil servant and who is in that private sector working. In the private sector, you can wake up any day, your boss just sends you out, and then in civil service, it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
There's a process to every other
What
thing.
can this 70% do to change the narrative?
Do we have any record of the 70%?
Yes.
What statistics
Is in your population census.
population census?
Yes.
It is very wrong.
Which of them?
It is very wrong. That depends. That takes us back to me asking you, when we say young persons, what age bracket are we looking at for young persons in
Now,
Nigeria?
for this particular young person, everybody below the age of 45
Is a young person.
is a young person. Even below the age of 50 is a young person.
Is a young person.
Yes.
We are not ready to move yet.
We're not,
Everybody's young there.
We are not
no,
ready
of
to
course,
move yet.
if you are below 50, you are a young person.
If you're below 50,
Okay.
you're a
Yes.
young person.
You're a young person.
I'm actually a baby. Oh. I'm
I'm
16.
Then you've not been born yet, right?
I've not been
Now
born
let's take this further. Do you think African youths are distracted?
I don't buy the idea.
Okay, let's start with you. Why do you think African youths are distracted?
Okay, like I said before, they want more. But like for me, I feel that if you as a youth can increase your capacity of working, try to learn more things, learn more skills, then go to a company to apply for a job. Maybe you say, okay, I've learned enough. Why would they pay me such amounts? So they say, no, that's what they can pay, and you leave. So that's what I'm talking about. They want more. And if you continue to get more and more and more, then how will the country move forward? And how will most things be done? So people will just keep on having that idea that I don't have anything, so let me just stay. I told them, because I have a friend of mine, she said if she gets a job and they are not paying her so amount,
How
that
much?
she's not
Put a figure to
250K
only.
only. She just finished 7, so like
It
what?
depends on the skills she has.
Yeah, she has the skill. Yeah, but for me, I feel that slowly you can move up to earning 1M monthly.
It depends on what you're bringing to the table, please.
Yeah, it depends, but you can't just bam enter like that.
It depends on where you also enter. Now, of course, yes. Now, do you think African youths are distracted?
Not in any way.
Are you sure?
Very.
Okay.
We are the most hardworking, young
I'm not
persons.
saying
We are not distracted.
lazy.
I'm not saying we are lazy or not, but I'm telling you, we are not distracted. If we are distracted, the bad things that we record this period would have been much more than this.
Okay. Let me help you with this statistics.
Okay.
Cameroon has had a president that has been there since almost before I was born, before he became president.
Not just him.
Cameroon is like the standout one.
Okay.
Now talk of those other smaller countries like him, majorly francophone countries.
Okay.
And they've had a youth population in those countries for over 50 years. What have they done? Now, those countries are still living below the poverty mark, though poverty mark not set by Africa in the first place.
Okay.
So who exactly should change the narratives in Africa? Is it the old men or the young people? So what exactly is distracting the people from focusing on things that matter? What exactly is holding them down if it's not distraction?
The simplest choice of word is hunger.
Hunger, which means hunger can be a distraction.
Yeah, hunger could
So
be-
who is putting the hunger on the table?
The same people in the system.
Good. If we look at some side of the story, hunger comes because there are no foods coming from the farm, which means everybody has a leg, has a hand. You can go to the farm and farm.
Oh.
So why should hunger be the problem? Why should somebody tell you can't go back and live the way your forefathers lived? Even if all of us can do the same, if you can do that and feed others, why we focus on a particular task? Why are we not getting Africa off the shackles? We've read about it, heard it in music for over 50 years. So what exactly is taking our minds away?
You're asking this question from a point of zero neutrality. Personally, I would say that.
I'm also part of it.
No, because
I lived
if you are living in this, like if you are in this country particularly, you should know better how things work. I used to own a farm in Makurdi.
Now, say you,
1001 things to cause out.
you're saying
If you
how
ask him,
things work.
yes.
So we now leave it the way how things work. What have we been able to do to change the narrative?
We did come this far to get low.
Okay.
Things began to get bad.
You mean something is happening?
Something is
or
happening, and we just call it out insecurity. Are you trying to tell me that Because I own a farmland and I want to go to farm,
Can I also
should
tell
I
you
also
that
be given
a
a
lot,
gun?
Can I also tell you that a lot of those people involved in that particular nefarious activity
Okay.
called be it kidnapping, be it getting farmers off their lands, are also young people.
Because they've been brainwashed and they've been exposed to hunger. These people haven't starved. You can't call a graduate out now who has a brighter future and who has seen a roadmap, who has set a particular roadmap for him or herself, and tell him, come on, take this gun. I want you to go and kidnap you on the road when you are going back home. I have a future.
There's someone called the underpants bomber.
Okay.
Do you remember that history?
I'm not good at bombing.
He's a very, very young Nigerian who happens to be the son of a very influential person in this country.
Okay.
And he was not even 30 yet.
Okay.
So it's not about education.
It is.
But he was way, way more educated than...
When we talk about education, you should know that it's not just about being an expert in a certain field. It's your ability to grasp, comprehend every other communication that's coming your way. Like
So
if I am going to tell you now...
People like him did not comprehend or grasp what was coming their way.
People can be coerced into so many things. There are things beyond the normal eye.
Where do we drop the aspect of people taking responsibility for what is given to them?
The part where you come in.
Okay.
You need to
now
call
let's get to technology. Now, this particular dispensation is the information age, and the younger people in Africa have been so blessed that technology is not just bridging the gap, but opening up opportunities. Do you see younger people making the best out of this, aside the craze of trying to get more money?
Yes.
The technology drive is just young person. It's just young people. When we talk about technology in this age, I don't think your age bracket comes in, because when we talk about technology now, you should be talking about the teenagers now that we are, since you all are youths in your 50s, we the teenagers now.
Okay.
We are the young person that drive technology.
Okay. Let's. I want to see a future where things are not just being imported outside Africa. Be it hardware, be it software, be it apps, they originate from here, for here, solving solutions here. Do you see Africans getting that done? Although we've seen that a trickle of it, but do you see Africans majorly getting that done?
Sure, but it's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. Now, let's come back to Africa. Do you think Africa is shortchanging the young people?
The answer is obvious.
Joy, are they?
Changing, how do you mean?
Not letting them be their best. Cheating them in one form or the other.
Yes.
Putting roadblocks on the way.
Yes, it's obvious.
One
Like
example.
you said. A lot.
One example.
I can give you a whole lot more, but then
hold on to your hold. Thank you very much, Joy. Thank you very much, Michael. Now, to everyone out there, remember this and stay alive. There are no nation that can grow without the direct input of the young people. That's a no-no. And if you think wherever you are, it doesn't matter how old you are, that you hold on to people's idea, it doesn't matter how old the person that is bringing it, birthing it, or bringing it out is, then you are also part of the problem. Let every seed grow. Let every plant germinate. Be like the sun. Whoever can get it, let him have it. And let's open up that opportunity. Even if you can't have the money to finance those businesses, at least encourage them. If you can't shout, push. We have to encourage the younger people and get the best out of them and take responsibility for those around you too. I want to say thank you very much for coming on SOUQ Pulse. I look forward to seeing you a year from now and having this conversation again.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you
been
very
a
much.
beautiful time on SOUQ Pulse today. My name is Chuks, John Rogers Chuks. We'll do this again tomorrow. Have yourself a very beautiful day. And remember, love your neighbor as yourself.